6:31, primary day is here, and Central New Yorkers are heading to the polls to cast their votes for whichever primaries their parties are involved in.
And we're keeping an eye on some of the key races in our region. The main focus comes out of the city of Syracuse. Democratic and Republican primaries are today for Syracuse mayor. Both parties looking to unseat independent Mayor Ben Walsh. On the Democratic side, Khalid Bey and Michael Green, they're going head-to-head, both currently serving as Syracuse City Common Councilors. Then the Republican side, economist Janet Berman is going against lawyer Thomas Babylon.
So the polls opened about 32 minutes ago, and before you go to the polls today, we want to let you know what you might run into in terms of changing protocols.
For that, we'll turn to News Channel 9's Julia LeBlanc, who is joining us now live from one of the nearly 70 polling places in Onondaga County, the Reformed Church of Syracuse on Teal Ave. Now, Julia, you spoke with the elections commissioners, so tell us what is different on this primary day.
Well, for starters, Dan and Nicole, we're not in the thick of the pandemic right now, and with so many people now vaccinated, the restrictions that we saw in place during the general election have now been loosened up a little bit. When you get to your polling place, things are going to look pretty similar. You'll see those polling pads, you'll see the on-demand ballot printers. Then another thing you're going to notice is the mask-wearing policies. You see these people at this polling place, most of them not wearing masks. That's because if you're fully vaccinated, you do not need to wear a mask at your polling place, but if you haven't gotten your shots yet, you will need to keep that mask on. There is one exception, though, we want to let everyone know about. For polling places located at schools, everybody needs to wear a mask, whether you're vaccinated or not, and if you refuse to do so, you'll be asked to cast your ballot outside. Now, it's no longer required, but they will be wiping down the polling pads, and they do have a bunch of sanitizer and cleaning things on site for them. Now, as far as turnout, the elections commissioners say it's not as light as they thought. So far, nearly 850 people have already voted early, and that's about 70% of the total turnout for primaries last year.
So if you're eligible to vote in that primary, it's very important because you're setting the general election ballot, and in many cases, they're not going to be opposed by another party. So in many cases, this may be the race that determines who your next elected official is.
Now again, the polls opened at 6 o'clock this morning. We've already seen a couple of voters walk through here at the Reformed Church in Syracuse. If you have an absentee ballot, it's going to have to be postmarked by today, or you can drop it off at your polling place or your local Board of Elections office. If you have any questions about where your polling place is, just call your Board of Elections and they'll be able to direct you to the right place. For now, we are live at the Reformed Church in Syracuse. Julia LeBlanc, News Channel 9.
All right, Julia, thank you. And if you have even more questions, if the Board of Elections can't help you, you can also go to localsyr.com. We have a full voter guide, what you need to know in each county, and everything you can expect.
Coming up on 6:35.